After not going to church for most of my young adult life, I had an invitation from a friend of mine from high school to a youth group event. And so I went to the youth group and I found myself finding a new home. I've actually found myself feeling welcomed and fitting in and finding someplace that I wanted to be and wanted to come to. And after going to that for a while, I started realizing that maybe I should be going to Mass too. And so I went to Mass one time, and I sat in the back of the church, and I looked up at the priest, and something clicked in my heart. Something that I don't think I was getting anywhere else. I realized that there I was loved. There I was a part of something bigger than myself. When I looked up at that priest, I looked at him, and I realized that he was doing something phenomenally important. Something so important that it was changing lives, and in that very moment it was changing my life. He was calling me to do something bigger and better with my life than just worrying about myself. And I think in that moment, so many years ago, I was a freshman in high school, looking up at that priest and feeling like I was at home finally. The Lord planted in my heart the seed of a vocation. That was almost 19 years ago, and I haven't missed a Sunday Mass since. And went back every Sunday after that and realized that was where I was meant to be, and that this is what the Lord wanted me to do with my life.
Can you just talk about your ordination day a little?
Sure. I was ordained a Catholic priest on June 9th, 2012 at St. Agnes Cathedral by Bishop Murphy. It was probably the most nerve-wracking day of my entire life, but it was clearly and totally the happiest day of my life as well. The excitement of waking up in the morning and knowing that this was going to be a day that changed the course of my life going forward, that nothing would ever be the same after that morning, and getting to the cathedral and getting vested and watching all the priests that I had looked up to for so many years arriving at the cathedral and joining us in prayer and getting ready to process in and walking down that aisle, and then sitting next to my mother and standing next to her and watching hundreds of priests walk in that cathedral was probably the most powerful moment of my life and the most exciting, but it's also the happiest day of my life, because it was at that moment that everything changed and that I became a priest of Jesus Christ.
Can you just talk about some of the joys of your priesthood?
Sure. I think every day is a joy. Every day is different as a priest. No 2 days are the same. I think the greatest joy so far has been becoming a part of people's lives and being their spiritual father and being invited into their homes, invited into their crises, invited into their joys, and really journeying with them, being a part of their Sunday journey with the Lord in the Eucharist, offering Holy Mass for people, and I think just being a part of their lives has been the best part of being a priest, and knowing that they love me and I love them because the Lord has given us to each other through the gift of the priesthood.